We're not aiming for any particular quest right now, but I'm just going to walk up and see what this like union protest is all about. Some other things, though, I might want to do is I could go down to the harbor gates and ask the Jolly Mesk about the armor that we were pestering Kuno about. But let's get started checking out what's going on with these union guys. Can we talk? Looks like just that guy. Oh, there's some spare change. That's very important. Oh yeah, I gotta pay off my debt. Oh, there's someone up there too. Oh, let's maybe start with this one. Should I? Yeah.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot and oddly screechy for a man his size. So this is the way to the harbor. So if I wanted to talk to that person about the armor, I wouldn't be able to get in there anyway. Looks like too much trouble. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Hey, no, I'm on your side. Look, working men unite. The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Let's see. What's the cause we're talking about? I don't think I've chosen sides. I have questions for you. What kind of a cause are we talking?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their family.
Hey, I'm on board with all these things.
His manner of speaking is wooden. The tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense because I'm sure that the people higher up in the union are the ones who are coming out with like the phrases and stuff that they use for their protests. I don't expect just like the big guy on the front lines to have all the thoughts. I don't think I've chosen any sides yet. I'm curious where that goes. I mean, I am gonna side with him, so I don't want this to be like I'm going against him.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
Call me Mañana is his name. I want to get into the harbor too. What is a strike? Who are the strike breakers? What's your goal? Yeah, what is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel.
Ooh, can we open it up for him? Haha.
And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Head measurer? You considered storming in like all of you? Why don't you just talk to them? Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained.
This guy does speak like he is pretty intelligent for, potentially having just been taught what to say.
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there, but that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
So wait, the Union is stopping you from working? Doesn't seem like a union that I would be familiar with. Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Oh no, are we getting racist now?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
So who are the strikebreakers then?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through a steadily graying military haircut. So I'm kind of confused here. So the union is what, controlled by the corporation? And not supporting the workers?
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
Oh, okay, I'm seeing now. Are they planted here? Are they being planted by the corporation to make the union look bad?
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
Alright. Alright, tell me what is a strike? I have brain damage, tell me.
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want? Since I thought these were the strikers, but okay, what do they want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
Okay. I'm really thinking that these guys are planted. Or at least he is. I mean, there are people who are waiting to get through, like people with their lorries and stuff, but are they not part of the union?
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting? What does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
Corpulence. So his shirt is way too tight, and his pants are made for someone fat. You're wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Aha.
Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Yeah, alright. Where are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity, gonna figure out the strike mess. Routine, part of the investigation. Thought you looked real familiar. Maybe, I wonder if this would make him think that I'm on his side, but then this could also work because I'm a cop. I'll go with curiosity. Alright, I'm gonna figure out the strike mess.
Big mess, caused by Union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Should have gone with the cop angle.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
No, I don't think I'm paranoid. I'm I'm thinking that he is a corporate guy who's come down here to rile up these people in order to break the strike. Oh, right. I was confused at first, but I eventually got it. All right, got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Yeah, a bouncer? I frequent a lot of bars. I know bars, been thrown out several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar. I don't really drink, but work has taken me to some. Alright, yeah. I don't really drink. No, I definitely do. A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yeah, I've been there before. Not right now, but I might have been there. Oh god, I wish I'd gotten like an encyclopedia hit from that. So it'd be like, that does not exist. Do I want to call his bluff and say no, because I think I've been there. No. Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't remember. Never heard of it. Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
I see. He squints at you, a little spark of violence gutters in his eyes. Then he blinks and turns to his men.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
So, I guess this is remembering his childhood? But if this was supposed to be factual memory returns, right? Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 psychology? Psyche? Just what? In general, 1 psyche? Speed gives 1 psyche. But where does speed come from? Because there's not like an actual speed thing on the character sheet. Right, well, what are my overall bonuses and stuff? Still got a negative to suggestion and savoir faire, of course, the tight pants. I still need to learn the inexplicable feminist agenda. How do I unlock this? And I wonder if there are more than just these, 12? Maybe not, but it looks like there's going to be a lot more things. But I can learn them and then forget them, I suppose. How do you forget, though? I see the button, but I don't know if you can, like... You don't have a skill point. Oh, so you have to actually invest a skill point to drop it. Alright. That guy's gonna get us nowhere.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
So, he's part of the union then. You don't seem to like them much. Hold on, where do they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scam. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm sure that he's a plant.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
He chuckles and realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Investigating a murder? You're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor. Oh, this is the guy, huh? Okay. I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring. I'm a bit short on money. Can you give me some? Yeah, we'll start with this. All right. I'm investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
It's fun and easy. It's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure I'll never get it solved. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, you're right. It's 91% sure I'll never get it solved.
Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me.
But you're the man in the boots at the gate. Hey, what do you know about armor?
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promise.
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
Now that sounds like him. I believe you.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
That sounds entirely like Kuno.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. The probe into the armor. What'd you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
So what sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Yeah, they're full of liquefied gunk at this point.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? I'm gonna find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all the pieces. I had better things to do. Hey, what about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Alright, I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
Yeah, Kim, come on, let's find it all.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed in
Oh,
this.
this is how we're gonna impress him.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Well, thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Showing you the way. Do you have any money? I'm short on money.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
He flips a coin. Oh, my hand-eye coordination. I might actually be able to do this. Try it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciated.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to,
Yeah, I get it.
you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
The Union has problems getting by?
Nothing to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike though.
Well, every little bit helps, you know.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Oh, he looks at them in disbelief. I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring now. Alright, what's the strike about? I'm more curious about that.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
I see. What's behind the gates? I'm exploring.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
He gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Does that mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Are you just saying go ahead?
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
Because he's playing up the evils of the Union. That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him,
I see, okay. Right.
then press the button to unlock the door,
Aha.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're actually saying it's quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
Or you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Anyone here ever bested him physically?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
No, I get that. Alright. Got it.
Sure.
Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Okay, I'm gonna quick save. See if there's anyone we can just like talk to up here. I don't want to try and... Okay, in case of strike, press button behind guard. Nobody comes close to Measurehead. No one will get past you. Oh, should I do it? I'm just curious in talking to him. We won't, like...
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
God, these people. She's got that voice of, like, a toady who's just like, yeah, boss, yeah! Say nothing, size him up. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy? If mine does not betray. My body is unimportant. I'm with the police. We need to get into the harbor. What do you mean?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al-Ghul? Is it really so bad? Al-Ghul like alcohol? Oh, I don't have a problem. I just drank a little on the weekends. Kim, is it really so bad?
It's not good.
Oh my god.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
So, Al-Ghul?
Yes, Al-Ghul.
He means alcohol.
Understood.
I doubt it. My microcephalic race, so.
I see. Wow, okay. You're right. I'm an alcoholic. Now I just need to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Ham sandwich race.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Oh, the fat racist over there pointing to the racist lorry man. You're just him after pumping some iron. And the police, they need you to comply. The race stuff is unimportant here. Oh, he's gonna hit me for this, but I quick saved.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
There are a lot of racists all over this place.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers.
Oh my god.
But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Oh, come on. What was that guy? Guillaume de Million?
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
She doesn't look to be the same race as him, but obviously when it's a hot girl, he doesn't care.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Alright, sure, you're right about all this. I just need you to let me go into the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Jesus.
Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
A lot of people don't like gays in this town.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Yeah, wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself? God, that word didn't come out quite right, but you got the point.
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
So you can internalize Seminese supremacy and then reject it. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? Know anything about this mug? What are your tattoos? Wow, we can actually pull that off pretty well. But not that one. Okay, because we can actually... Oh, I don't know. I mean, I could reject it. Alright, let's start with these. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes toward the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life? You keep telling yourself that. Yeah, you still serve them.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did.
Wow, this guy.
Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I mean, communism's pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I've got it from disco. I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel. Not youth culture. Youth culture, I don't think, has anything to do with that.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race.
So you ask me and then you tell me I'm lying.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Who are the Seminoles? I don't really know who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma. Need to enter the harbor on police business. I've recently experienced head trauma. Can you tell me who the Seminoles are?
I can see that. The Seminoles are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol.
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Elysium are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands.
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
So you're not really Seminoles, you're from Revachol.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Kim, you got any thoughts on this?
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
That would be our lucky that would be our lucky racist. How do you know there will be a next racist? Yeah, it's our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
We just show this mug to all the racists. Alright. You know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Put this in the trash lately?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, how about his tattoos? What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures toward the lorry man down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
He's into phrenology too.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Are you sure? I mean, that jaw is clearly an atavistic stigmata.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Good God.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
So, okay, I can reject it. I think I might do it just so that, because I can use it to get past him. And it looks like it's either conceptualization or physical instrument. Oh, bested him in craniometrics. Alright. I hope this doesn't, like, make him dislike me.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need an occasion?
The vile CF race. Jesus. It's basically just saying that they're all gay and have sex with kids. Great. Okay. Alright. Type A, I'm sure that's the Simones, right?
Those are the Simones, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
And okay, sure.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Who are the Maun? I mean, that sounds like... I mean, the real world equivalent. The wooden clogs makes me think Dutch, but, and also some of the spellings here seem kind of like Germanic. Alright, who are the Maun?
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
The Oranese, is that like the equivalent of like the French and the Gotwaldians? That kind of sounds German. Also the Königsteiners, that does as well. Either way, a lot of white people.
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
Wooden clogs, though?
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Tassel-centric culture. What does that mean?
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, got it. Who are Taipei then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
Too yellow and oleaginous. Yellow, I assume he means Asian, but oleaginous. Is that like oleo, like oil, like fat? Alright. What about that glandular problem, though?
Overproduction of
Oh, they sweat.
sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
So, is he saying like sweaty Mexicans? They're too yellow, he says. Okay, who are the Seminese and what did he say? Areopagites? Areopagites? I don't know. In this.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
And the Seminese are...
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminese inhabit the southern islands.
Heard this.
I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulmuir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the Areopagites.
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Seminese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Marat to Ansuland. Thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun written Occidentals discovered this place.
He's got a real thing against people who can't drink milk. Alright, what's the difference between Seminese and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite superrace. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
Alright, who are the type Bs then?
Type B are the unheroic races. amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored.
Mud-colored? Wow.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Chest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
I see, okay. White in ace. Alright. You said Koikos. I've been trying to identify them as white in official descriptions.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a hand sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen.
Muddy and ashen seem like two different ways to describe something. Like, opposing ways to describe something.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
What's wrong with potato? Man, I love a good potato.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Alright.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Yeah, you don't like ethnostates? Vachol, did he mention that? Where did they come up? God, he's talked about so many different groups. There is a lot of, they've really put a lot into this game. Even the racists are well developed. Alright, you don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semenoreopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called.
So he's also rejecting democracy here. Okay, and the Vacholiers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Oh, definitely. I was gonna say that, I mean, I don't know if it's the same in this world, but I mean, we've only really had, like, at most, like, 8,000 years of history. At most. Pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long. Heard about this revolution, mistakes were made, it was the right stuff, you're wrong. Revolution was perpetrated by degenerate left-wing marauders, not all the people of Revachol. I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
I mean, I don't really know which way, I don't know much about the history of the revolution, so I can't really say whether it was right or wrong. I just know that they got rid of the monarchy, and that guy he seemed pretty bad. So, I mean, mistakes were made, but it's the right stuff. Oh, but if I tell him he's wrong, is he gonna reject me coming around to his side? Maybe I should just... alright. I think you're wrong.
The revolution came to Revachol from Grad in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
Alright, tell me about the C and F. Or C through F.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments.
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
I don't know if... I mean, I don't know much about these people, but they are people, and I don't think it matters what race the mother or father is.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I've misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring?
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education.
I see. Any more?
Then there is the Semino-Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semino-Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic
I am very curious about what terrible things he's gonna say here. Yes, tell me.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Semenese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Semenese strength and Grad servility. This will never happen. The Semenese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Semenese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman or Koika.
Good God. Are we gonna ever meet anyone in this game who is not a terrible racist? I mean, we met Kim and he is like the one.
But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type CF. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
And you'll let me in the harbor if I do?
We will see.
Jeez.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theory.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do this. I know I can reject it. Is this the rejection choice that I get? Right, let's find a different way. Kim, on second thought, I don't have time to get any deeper in this stuff.
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate. This is why your haplogroup will never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my babe. Leave me. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tigber Revacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
God, if only I need to play this game as a high motorics kind of guy. All right, Dave.
Hey,
Who? Me?
yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I mean, I do often in daily life actually say eat the rich. Like, I actually just said it to one of my friends yesterday. But those other things, I don't think I've said those. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Ooh. I wonder what this will do. Will this just color my dialogue choices? All right, tell me about this communism thing.
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure.
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
That is very lofty.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
Are there no communists left in this world?
Now get to work, comrade.
Oh, I think I might actually do it. I mean, in real life, I would say I'm more like socialist than communist, but I don't know if that's a choice. Roll up your sleeves. Let's build communism. It's too tiring. I don't have it in me. No, we're doing it. Opt in.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. What did we just get? Vesuvian socioeconomics. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right, until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. -2 to visual calculus. Ooh, that sucks. What is my visual calculus at? 5. I mean, I do have enough to spare. Oh, but I like having it. I would have to live through having that malice if I wanted to take it. But I wonder what it would eventually give me. Well, it's something we can hang on to and potentially do. I do still want to become a feminist. Alright, let's get out of here. Kim, you alright back there? I guess we could also go back in and see if anyone else has shown up to the whirling. Since it is into the evening now. That's just that guy. I wonder if there is some way into that back room somewhere around here. Man, I can't see anything here. Can I? Oh, right, I have to actually click it. Can I go up and then find a way back down? That was that girl's room, wasn't it? I mean, there is a... That's that room in the back here. Does that just go into the other person's room? Is that like... Oh, we share a bathroom, don't we? Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
You're looking at the destruction? I'm sorry for this. I did it my way. All right. Old Blue Eyes here doing it his way. That's where the magic happens. You're looking at the destruction?
He nods.
I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step toward the door like he'd like to leave. What is all... Did I even look at all that?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
That's a bed?
But it's yours. The sheets look awful.
That's a bed?
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
There's time to rest yet. I was hoping there would be some kind of way I could drop down, but, well. What were our timed quests? Oh, that's for tomorrow. The end of day briefing is out on the balcony at 10. Okay. So there's still more time. It's only, what, like 4:30? Yeah. I guess we can go out and explore a little bit. How's our experience? 45 out of 100. So I do want to try and get one more point of Inland Empire and see if I can do that check on the body. This coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. What is that sound? Roundabout North. Cape Side Apartments, Martinez Pier. The ad reads, broken window? Tibbs has windows. Is that another broken down?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Look inside. Poor little viewer. Pat pat.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Oh, I need to get a bag. Did they have bags available up at... Oh, look, there's like bottles on the ground there too. Oh, what's that? Book is titled Man. Oh, A Man from Hjelmdal. Did the girl at Frita have any bags? I know she told me that I could use bags, but I don't know if she actually had one. Did I look in that garbage? Oh, some garbage magnesium. She actually did. Do you have any bags, ma'am?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
No, I wanted a bag. Alright, she's not got bags. Wow, the weather is terrible. Is this a park? What is this? Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and the rain has almost washed them off. Onto the roof? Is this a roof that you can actually go up onto? Oh wait, what is this? Spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Should I? Ooh, I'm curious to talk to these guys, but things often go much longer than I expect. So you know what? I'm gonna wait and do that next time because wow, we had our Seminoles racial hierarchy education today, and that was a lot to handle. All right, so next time we'll talk to these guys, and then I guess walk on down the, what is this, a pier over here? Also, what is that? I'll have to go all the way around, I think, to actually investigate that. Okay, we'll talk to these guys next time. So until then, see you guys next time. Good night.